I'm not a fan of the way that some strategies are developing, so I think they need to make some ban list adjustments, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so interesting pack one. There's like 3 different cards I want in this pack. Teferi, really powerful. Yes, that is correct. Um, Joest, I think that's actually a really terrible idea. I really don't ever want to play against Jitte, period. Doesn't matter the format. Bribery, you think? Bribery is a card that's just 5 mana win the game, because a lot of decks have really big dumb threats like Terastodon and Emrakul. Teferi, worth consideration, but commits us to 2 colors. Memory Jar, also a great card. But yeah, I'm going to go with Raylan's pick here, and we're going to do Bribery. Okay, and a lean towards a strategy. That's also fair. So in this pack, we have Tezzeret. If we start to see some broken artifacts, that would be really good. Hangerback, just kind of generically good. We could do Nissa, but that implies we're going to be pretty heavily mono-green doing the ramp thing. We've already passed 2 good Storm cards, and there's like 2 more here. I actually don't know what to pick in this pack. I probably could just take Seachrome Coast. I don't know. I'm gonna hedge my bet and say in the format with broken artifacts, Tezzeret might be good. I'm gonna take Tezzeret. Other pick would be Seachrome Coast here, I think. Okay. Now, Mind Twist, powerful card. Brazen Borrower, also good. Lightning Greaves makes any large creature threat we play an immediate threat, and also is an artifact. And there's Tooth and Nail if we wanted to start doing that. I think the pick is between Brazen Borrower and Lightning Greaves. Way too early for Greaves. Okay. Then I'm probably going to take Brazen Borrower, because I'm not too happy with the other cards in this pack. Twist is also good for blue-black control, and Borrower is fine. Alright, so we can take Brain Freeze. I mean, I always love forcing Storm. I've seen a bunch of Star. Brain Freeze Tendrils pack. I kind of like Brain Freeze. I want to take it. Sower is almost certainly better. We could take like a Go for the Throat and go blue-black. But there's a lot of Storm open. But if we pass Tendrils, somebody's going to be like, it's open. But Storm is a great option if you got tickets to burn. Well, I mean, I can't argue with that logic. I'm going to take Brain Freeze, but I'm probably not doing that. Okay, so in this pack, I like Big Gideon. I like Thundermaw. I don't think we can play Mono Blue Nykthos. Thragtusk is good. Raylan, do you have any ideas? Because I have no ideas here on what to take. I guess we could take Condemn. It's the cheapest removal. But we could also just play like a Planeswalker pile. Lean towards taking lands if you don't like anything. But the land is double off color. I guess that's fine. We'll do that. Ooh, Frantic Search. Frantic Search pretty much is never bad, in my opinion. We do have a Brain Freeze. So, like, maybe, just maybe, we get there. I think new cube challenge, 95% difficulty, you storm, you lose. I'll take that bet. Also, welcome to the stream, Partrap. How's it going? I'm gonna take Frantic Search. Card's just broken. And a High Tide? Am I getting rewarded for doing something awful? I'll take a High Tide. Heartbeat of Spring, also used for storming. I'll take a Heartbeat. Yawgmoth's Bargain, technically a storm card. Same, could make land tax good too. I'll take Bargain. I don't like it, but I'll take Bargain. Electromancer. So we're gonna take Electromancer. There's no Tendrils, by the way. So somebody else is taking storm cards. We just got better ones. If we could get a Time Spiral, that would be amazing. Because there's also, like, you can also High Tide out, like, a big threat. It doesn't necessarily, like, we don't have to do Storm. I'm going to take Geist, because it's, like, kind of on color. Probably Sweltering Sun. Atarka? Alright, Atarka it is. I guess that means Thundermaw as a way to win the game. Koth or Bloodbraid? Open something like Sneak Attack, that's fair. I'm going to take Bloodbraid and Steamkin. Okay, pack 2. We're going to need some fixing. And I don't know if we're playing Bargain or not. We might end up playing Bargain, but I don't know for sure. So we can take Regrowth as a way to pick up like an additional High Tide. We can take Verdant Catacombs, because that will help us get green and potentially turns on some off-color duels. Miscalc is good. Muldrifter. When in doubt, take Fixing. Yeah, I don't think Regrowth is first pickable. I'm going to take Verdant Catacombs. 1000-Year Storm. Sneak Attack. Well, and also Red-Green Signet. Sneak Attack. I mean, 1000-Year Storm might wheel. But we have Frantic Search, and 1000-Year Storm Frantic Search after a High Tide is amazing. Sneak Attack. Yeah, Sneak Attack does let us win games after we build a terrible Storm deck. It makes it so that we have an alternate way to win. I actually think that's probably better. Alright, Kozilek is probably the pick. Actually, Mystical Tutor is insane if we get a Time Spiral, because then we have Brain Freeze, High Tide, Frantic Search, or Time Spiral. It just lets us get anything we could possibly need. Kozilek is... There's other big dumb fatties. There's not just Kozilek for Sneak Attack. And we have like Atarka and stuff. So I think I'm actually going to take Mystical Tutor here. Okay. Mystic Confluence, really good. Show and Tell could be good, especially if we're on the Sneak Attack. We could be like Sneak and Show Storm. It's also a Strip Mine and a Grim Monolith. So like Grim Monolith synergizes really well with Tezzeret and with Bribery. Mystic Confluence is just objectively powerful. I understand that line of logic, except for the part where you die horribly. That's true. I'm going to take Mystic Confluence because it's good regardless of what we're doing. So Prismatic Vista is perfect fixing. So we probably are going to take Prismatic Vista. Opposition is good, but we don't have a lot of creatures, like, at all. And we could take Repeal. So I think we're going to take Prismatic Vista because it's the best fixing we could ask for. Okay. So looting is really, really good. We could do helped with the storm, helps dig us out of stuff. And we haven't seen any draw 7s yet, like at all. I think we're going to take Faithless Looting here. Control Magic is like my other consideration, but I like looting. Okay, so in this pack we have Baral or Expansion Explosion. We could take Savannah if we want to splash white for any reason, but we don't currently have a reason to do so. I think we take Expansion Explosion, or maybe Baral is just better. Baral 100%? Okay, alright, I'll do Baral. Okay, well we will have green, so Plow Under could be hilarious. We also take Needle Spires, but we're once again still not in white. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Plow Under. That's just mean. Harmonize over that? Alright. I probably should have done that. Okay, Regrowth is fine. I'll take Regrowth. 1000-Year Storm Wield. I'll take 1000-Year Storm. Okay. We could take Den Protector, just to buy back anything out of the grave. We could take Karn, just have like a Planeswalker win condition, or we could take Ashen Rider for Sneak Attack. I think Den Protector is the best bet here. Okay, Show and Tell, Batterskull, Revelark. I think I take Batterskull as like a sideboard plan. Show and Tell? Alright, we'll take Show and Tell. It's also an amazing sideboard plan. We'll take Raging Ravine and an Ancient Grudge. Cool. So now we just need Time Spiral, and we'll have enough to actually have a storm. Like Time Spiral, Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune, and a first pickable Ancient Grudge as being last pick. Okay, this is going to be a little tougher. So we have Chrome Mox, Manamorphose, Impulse, and Misty. So take Misty? You're sure? I mean, we don't have a lot of fixing, and Misty is our two primary colors. Chrome Mox is technically a Mox, but it's -1 card, and we don't have any draw power anyway. But Manamorphose is incredibly good when you have Thousand Year Storm. I like land here. All right, we'll take Misty. To be fair, I think you guys are right. I don't like being right all the time. Okay, so there's Wooded Foothills, which would also be a decent land for us. There's Mana Flare and Cabal Ritual, though we don't have any black other than Bargain right now, but Cabal Ritual is really good. We also have no way to untap our lands, so like Mana Flare is not as good. Chrome Mox, I highly doubt we'll wheel, like, at all. We could take Krasis, actually, as another way to draw cards, because we don't have really that many ways to draw any cards. But I think Wooded Foothills is going to be... I'm going to take Wooded Foothills. Yeah. Volcanic Island. Stomping Ground. There's a Simulacrum, there's a Balance, there's a Sylvan Library, and there's a Gifts. Volcanic Island is almost certainly the correct pick here. Okay. So now we have Ancestral Visions, Lightning Bolt, Riders, or Night's Whisper. So Visions could be really good because we don't have a lot of card draw. Suspending it on turn 1 is really good. Lightning Bolt makes Thousand Year Storm win the game, plus its early interaction. So I think the pick is between these two. Do we have any other way to abuse Ancestral Visions? Like, at all? I will take Bolt. Okay. So Tropical Island is perfect fixing for us. We've still seen 0 draw 7s, which is really bad. Double off-color Signet's not worth it. Trinket Mage gets nothing. Yeah, I think we take Trop. Okay, Gush is really good. This is a pile. You know it, Dolce. That's all we draft here. I'm gonna take Gush. I like Looter Eel Core is also fine, but I'm gonna take Gush. Turnabout. There's a way to untap lands. There's also a Dark Ritual in this pack and a Desperate Ritual. But because we have 2 mana doublers in High Tide and Heartbeat, we're gonna take Turnabout. Okay. Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa fetches Volcanic Island. We could also take Empty the Warrens. Garfield's Nightmare. Yeah, empty. Nothing coherent. Don't worry, doesn't need to be. We got a Manamorphose that wheeled. We got a Mana Flare too, and a Cabal Ritual. I don't want to take Cabal Ritual because we aren't in black. We could splash it, sort of. I think we take Mana Flare though. Stomping Ground came around. That's actually awesome. Wow. Draft Storm get rewarded. If you're new, pay close attention to the jank that is Kano's Magic career. I wouldn't call it a career. There's no way this can support me. It's more of a I enjoy being in the town square and being an idiot. Let's see. I'm really sad we didn't get a draw 7. Imperial Seal is technically what we would play out of those cards. We're not playing Tezzeret. Mizzium Mortars is a card we can play, and Desperate Rituals. Now we replace cards that don't do anything with cards that do some things and cross our fingers. Okay. Okay, we have 25 cards, which is good. We have a Verdant Catacombs and a Prismatic Vista, so we could fetch a single black source to play Imperial Seal, which might be worth it. We have almost no targets for Sneak Attack or Show and Tell. And we could build the deck that way, I just don't think it's good. Show and Tell cannot hit enchantments. Oh, it can hit enchantments. Trainwreck in slow motion. That's what people enjoy watching. Burning of Genier is bad when you want to be the lands deck. Yeah, that's fair. We do have a decent number of red cards, so Steamkin is a way to go positive on mana. We can always play Grudge, Atarka, and Bloodbraid Elf. I mean, most of those are good. The only problem I have with Bloodbraid Elf is if we're trying to storm off, Bloodbraid Elf can cast the wrong spell at the wrong time. Like, the high roll potential is insane, and the low roll is awful. Plow Under seems like a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's see. 17 lands in Storm is fine. I actually don't like Den Protector that much, but maybe it's better than like Brazen Borrower, because I think just about the rest of the cards in this deck I want to actually play. This is 5 mana Regrowth, or we have a Disperse that can only hit our opponent's things. Gush isn't good in the Mana Flare Heartbeat High Tide deck, but what are you going to do? The problem is we don't have Time Spiral. And we have Frantic Search and Turnabout as the only ways to untap any lands of ours at all. So I think I'm going to cut Brazen Borrower. We also didn't get Mind's Desire, which we really wanted. Also true. So I think the deck looks like this. We could play Show and Tell as a way to put Thousand Year Storm or Atarka into play, but when our opponent is putting in an Emrakul, I don't know if that's good. Okay, so we want Misty, Prismatic, Raging Ravine, Stomping Ground, Trop, Verdant, Volcanic, and Wooded Foothills. If we played Show and Tell, we'd play Bargain. That's true, but I can't stretch... Even though both of the black cards we have I want to play, I don't think we can stretch the mana that's that much. And the problem is the rest of our lands need to be islands anyway for High Tide. We do have 2 island duels, which is good. 4, 3, and 2. Kind of like 5, 2, and 2. No, I've actually played looser Storm decks and won somehow. So I think I agree with you. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources, which is kind of excessive, so we could actually probably cut a forest. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources. I actually think I can cut a forest for another island. Because we only ever need 1 green. Alright. Anyone have any complaints about the deck list specifically and the cards that we have and not the ones we don't? Looks puntable. Hard island maxing, I like it. Alright. Let's do it. Gotta try and get some Vintage Cube in before it goes away again. I'm always sad when I can't play Vintage Cube. It's because it's one of my favorite formats, even though I'm not the greatest at it. I do post all of my old Vintage Cube VODs on my YouTube, if anyone's curious or wants to watch. We do have some pretty great ones. I'd love to play first. Alright, we have 3 mana doublers and a Faithless Looting. That's pretty great, actually. I think I'm going to keep... This deck can definitely win by casting Bribery. That's fair. I don't know if I want a Looting turn 1. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play a Verdant Catacombs and pass. Okay, our opponent plays an island. We draw a Raging Ravine. Might as well play a Raging Ravine. Opponent plays a Swamp and a Looter Eel Core. 3 mana doubler seems like overkill. Maybe. Do I just bolt this? I think we do eventually, but there's no reason to do so right this second. Yeah, I think that needs to die. Okay, opponent plays another Swamp into a Rotting Regisar. Well, that is a short clock. Let's untap. We draw an island. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent discards something. Do we jam a mana doubler? Might there. Maybe we needed to. They discard a mana drain, so they don't have double blue, which is good. Gotta play cards, my guy. We'll get there. No worries. We'll get there. Evoked a Muldrifter. Okay. So they're drawing some cards. They play an island. Get in for 7. I kind of want to fetch and thin the deck now. Because we need to draw some stuff that's not lands. I mean, we could just go for a big empty. And then give our opponent 10 million mana to go off with. Let's see. We can get through just about any permissions-based counter, because we'll have so much mana. Do we keep the mountain in hand for a looting? Opponent hard cast Grizzlebrand into Emrakul? Yeah, that'd be great. I don't think I want to wait. Our opponent just drew a bunch of cards, and they discarded a counter spell, so... High Tide into Heartbeat into Empty? Yeah, I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. So we High Tide. We Heartbeat of Spring. Wait, hang on. Am I doing this right? I think so. So we play a mountain. I think we looting and then empty the Warrens. Cool. So opponent has to discard. They discard a swamp. They do have 8 mana. They play a land. Okay, I will chump. See what our opponent does with their 10 mana. Double activate Ravine on our turn. That's fair. I was considering casting Electromancer, but I think we need to in order to need to double activate Ravine in order to get enough damage quick enough. It's going to really suck if our opponent has removal for it, though. Looting is always tempting, too. We could activate and loot. It kind of depends on what we draw. Opponent is deep in the tank. They're going to animate dead their Muldrifter. Okay, they draw some cards. They play an Ashiok, which I don't think is really that threatening in the slightest. They exile Mystic Confluence, Bribery, and Gush. Well, there goes the potential bribery kill. Alright, we draw what? Brain Freeze. Well, they're going to mill us out before Brain Freeze, I think, becomes relevant. Let's just double activate Raging. Ashiok casts my Wincon. My Wincon right now is the Goblins on board. And there's like no creatures left in the deck that are relevant for him to get, I think. So we'll attack with everything at my opponent. 2/1/1 counters on the Raging Ravine. We could have left back a Goblin to block, but we're likely going to survive one hit. Okay, they're going to chump the Raging Ravine. We're not doing anything, so we'll F6. So double activate gets more 1/1 counters on this. And we need more damage faster. So this turn, my opponent has to produce another blocker, or we have lethal. Well, if he doesn't play a blocker and he wants to attack, it's forcing him to consider leaving back Rotting Regisaur to block. So our opponent got a Bloodbraid Elf. Ouch. The only reason I didn't play Electromancer is the potential to, with enough cards in hand, get some sort of Brain Freeze play. But I don't know if that's actually likely with Gush in the exile zone now. So maybe that's not reasonable, but big play from our opponent. Maybe not. Thinking about it. Okay, opponent gets in 4/7, takes us to 4. If our opponent has a board wipe here, also keeping Electromancer in hand is better. Like if they Languish or something, especially if it's Languish and keeps Regisaur behind. Liliana of the Veil. If they tick up, we're discarding Brain Freeze. They're making a sack. Okay. They play a Pack Rat. And that's all they got. We untap, we draw. Regrowth. Okay, so if we activate this, it's going to be a 6/6. We can hit them for 6. We can also regrow a Lightning Bolt. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Can we Brain Freeze them out? Let's see. So we play Electromancer. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mana. We go down to 8. We can play Electromancer. We can, for 2 more, go to 6 and Faithless Looting, Storm Count 2. We can Brain Freeze to mill 9, which would put them at 14. Then we can regrow Brain Freeze, Storm Count 4, and then we can Brain Freeze them again for 15? I think that's lethal. They have 2 cards in hand, and they are representing a counterspell of some kind. So perhaps we... No, I think we just go for it. So play Electromancer. Flashback, Faithless Looting. Brawl, and Mystical Tutor. We don't need either of those. Brain Freeze our opponent. They mill Land, Corpse Dance. They mill Baleful Strix Land, Shallow Grave. So it looks like they're Reanimator, like blue-black Reanimator control. And then they mill Land Putrid Imp Counterspell. So we regrow Brain Freeze. Hopefully no counterspell from our opponent. Oh no, we gave them Snapcaster. Oh, they had Snapcaster Mana Drain. Dang. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. We don't have enough mana to still activate Raging Ravine. So I think if we just attack with 5 goblins, that's good. Oh, we did definitely animate Raging Ravine. Sure, we just can't do anything with it. Maybe then we should have attacked before we attempted this, but like not animating Raging Ravine would have showed He's gonna make a hasty attacker. Oh, with Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, maybe we just hold back. No. We should attack. When things get difficult, you can always just concede. We need 3 blockers. 1 for this, 1 for Bloodbraid, and then 1 to hit either of these. So yeah. We'll attack them with 4 goblins. Pray they don't have removal. And if they chump, that changes the math. Or if they trade, I mean, not chump. Okay. So now we only need 2 blockers. Opponent's going to make a rat on their upkeep. They lose out on 1 total mana because of it. They get some mana from Mana Drain. Okay. Here comes Bloodbraid. At least they don't get Cascade. They played Lily when they could have made a pack rat. Yep. That is the truth. They're going to make another rat. Yep. Okay. Make everybody discard. Nobody has any cards left. I took out Den Protector, didn't I? Not that I think that matters, but... We can chump here and chump here to stay alive. Okay, what do we draw? Turnabout buys us a turn? Hang on. Wait a minute. Does that kill them? So we can animate Raging Ravine once and turnabout all of their dudes. They have 0 cards in hand. And that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did they die? I think they died. They can't make 1 rat to block because they need black mana and they have no cards in hand. They made it sorcery speed for reasons. Alright, so we animate Raging Ravine. Choose target player. A1. Choose creature. And tap. Begin combat. Attack with all creatures my opponent. And they die? Woo, we found the victory line! Oh man, I thought for sure we were losing. Everybody forgets Turnabout has about 12 different modes in total, including myself. Okay, we did take out Brazen Borrower, not Den Protector. Okay, so knowing that our opponent is Reanimator, is there any other way we want to adjust our deck? I think Brazen Borrower might actually be better than Den Protector, because unsummoning things that our opponents were playing would have been pretty good. Yeah, I really can't believe it happened either, Joest. I think I agree with you there. I don't know if I should or shouldn't have Brazen Borrower in the deck. We'll have the tilt advantage. Did we see any targets for Grudge? No. No, we did not see any targets for Grudge. Big Brazen fan, so we can take out Grudge. I'm cool with that. I totally forgot Grudge was in the deck, so that's a good idea in my opinion. Alright, I think I'm going to run it back like that. We could potentially run Mizzium Mortars, but that's only good if they've gone like 3 wide with Pack Rat. Alrighty. So this is a good hand. This draws us a bunch of cards, but we need islands to get there. Our opponent's deck isn't fast as far as I can tell. I think it has the potential to be fast, but I'm going to keep this. Okay, opponent starts island. We draw Lightning Bolt, play Misty, pass the turn. Inclined to just say put in Thundermaw and dumb dude to slap with. Well, we do have a Tarka. Opponent plays a Looter Eel Core. Passes. Okay, we're going to keep Misty on board. We're not going to fetch Volcanic. Okay, maybe now we should fetch Volcanic. I think I'm just going to bolt that with a Mountain. We definitely should have Mortars in our deck. Fair. If it goes to game 3, then we'll do that. On tap, we draw. Heartbeat. Featuring Thundermaw Hellkite. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to click us. That's kind of unfortunate. We have a lot of good cards in hand right now. Imagine if Gush was Thundermaw. I don't know, I still right now think I'd rather have it be Gush. They took Heartbeat. They're gonna get in for 3, that's fine. I think I want to fetch Volcanic here. Just because I don't want to draw it. Yeah, they definitely had their finger on the pulse. 1,000-Year Storm, there you go. Okay, let's Bloodbraid and hope we hit something that isn't High Tide. Okay, opponent mana drains Bloodbraid, we still get the Cascade. Interesting they didn't even let the Cascade resolve. We get a Baral. They could have at least let the Cascade resolve to see what we were going to cast. Brain Freeze, let's go. Alright, opponent has a Bazaar of Baghdad and a ton of mana. They're going to draw 2 and discard 3. They discard 3 lands. They don't need them. They play a Baleful Strix. So we know they have Counterspell. Gotta mill them so they can reanimate. Okay, we drew High Tide. If we have one more land... Actually... we can cast 1,000-Year Storm. Gush, return to Handworth. I want to Frantic Search after we cast 1,000-Year Storm. That's what I want to happen right now. Our opponent has nothing going on. They have some dudes. Just hard cast Gush, maybe get a land. We have not played a land yet. That might be the line. Cast High Tide, cast Turnabout, and then cast 1,000-Year Storm. But if our opponent has a counter spell that wastes... I guess they wouldn't counter High Tide, they'd counter Turnabout, and that would be really bad. Wait, we play around spells now? Then we could end of turn Turnabout? Oh yeah, we could Turnabout and tap all their lands. And then just, like, draw a bunch of cards and stuff. But that would involve us Frantic Searching, and then we could 1,000-Year Storm and Gush after that, which would be pretty sweet. Do we have any instants or sorceries that adjust what we do in the deck? I don't think so. I'm going to go for playing 1,000-Year Storm now. That's fine. We could stack the top of our deck with Mystical Tutor and then draw all of it with Gush if this resolves. And it did. I think we just Gush. Because then we can Frantic Search. So we Gush... We draw 12 cards or whatever it is. We draw 6 cards. Then we can Frantic Search by replaying a land, because I don't think we've played a land yet. We have not played a land yet. So we can Gush, we can replay Volcanic, we can Frantic Search, and make a shit ton of mana. They have nothing, the order doesn't matter. Okay. Oh yes. Before this resolves, we tutor for Brain Freeze. We can actually tutor for whatever we want. So let's tutor for Regrowth. Tutor for... Oh, shoot. Never mind. Because it shuffles each time. So we just tutor for Brain Freeze a bunch of times. Now we draw. Okay. Play a land. Double blue. Frantic Search. 1 billion times. Oh, this is sweet. Untap, untap, untap. Float, float, float. Untap, untap, untap. Float, float, float. Discard, discard, untap, 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 float, float, float. We didn't find a line to deck ourselves. I mean, if that's what you want, I can make that happen. Oh, come on. I was just going to cast Brain Freeze. Alright. Hey, we won a round. Quick, Kano, pretend you're good at this game. Gotcha. Just like we drew it up. I'm really happy we got to Frantic Search after 1,000-Year Storm. That is awesome. First game was super close. Yes, we did win by top decking a Turnabout. But our opponent did have the second double blue counterspell for the Regrowth that would have killed them. Magic is easy, had it the whole time. I think you guys are bad influences on me. Alright, we have High Tide, we have Mystical Tutor, and we have 4 islands in hand, it looks like. So I'm going to keep. Let's see what our opponent does. Turn 1 Ponder. Remember to get Volcanic with Wooded Foothills and Trop with Verdant. Trop's in her hand. Oh my god, my opponent mulliganed. Oops, not chat. Show game log. Yeah, they mulliganed to 6. Cool. Okay, untap. We draw. Frantic Search. It's good. Play Wooded Foothills. And pass. I am going to end of turn fetch Volcanic Island. Just so we don't draw it. Wonder if we can use their Storm to Brain Freeze them out. I mean, the possibility always exists, right? We're going to play Misty. Pass turn. Because we could, like, in response to them doing something crazy with High Tide ourselves, Frantic Search after that. They play a Sword of War and Peace. So I think they're doing artifact shenanigans. I don't think they're Storm. Okay, we're going to fetch an island. We draw Mystic Confluence. Play Tropical Island. Pass the turn. Okay. Lotus Bloom coming off Suspend. So they have turn 4 Black Lotus. Seems good. Question mark. Triple white. This is a Sun Titan. It is a Monastery Mentor. Interesting. And Gideon Blackblade. Well, they only have 2 cards in hand, and they're totally tapped out. Can Storm 2 count? So, Storm is 3 right now. We get High Tide, Mystical Tutor for Brain Freeze, Manamorphose, Frantic Search, and then, like, Mystic Confluence Brain Freeze. That's gotta be enough to kill them. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Brain Freeze copies on top of 3. This is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus whatever we potentially draw. Do we have enough mana for Mystic Confluence? Is there any reason to do it at their end step? I don't think so. I think if we wait till our turn, it's better. The only way that it gets worse for us is if they have... No, because, wait, we'd lose out on 3 Storm count. Sorry. So let's see. We High Tide. That leaves us with 4 mana. So we High Tide, Mystical Tutor for Brain Freeze, Frantic Search to pick it up, Manamorphose, and that leaves us with 6 mana. So we would be 1 short of Mystic Confluence plus Brain Freeze. So we would have to draw something else. But it does get them to 3 cards in library, and I think that I'm okay with that. Even if we don't draw something that will win. So we'll High Tide. They could have Daze. So maybe we Frantic Search We Frantic Search first, then we can Mystical Tutor Manamorphose to get Brain Freeze. We get a Den Protector and a Prismatic Vista. So we discard Mountain, Verdant. Untap, untap, untap. How much mana do we have right now? 7? So we... Yeah. Okay. Mystical Tutor. We're going to get Brain Freeze. Manamorphose. Brain Freeze for a lot. Let's take a look at their deck here. They have 6 cards left in their deck. And we can play a Den Protector next turn. Face down. And the turn after that, I think we can win with Faithless Looting. Followed up with Brain Freeze. That's pretty awesome. I think we got there. Oh, sorry it took so long. That was a pretty insane combo turn. I think we're only going to lose if they have like Emrakul somewhere in the deck. You're a true hero. Well, thanks, Partrap. I appreciate the sentiment. And thank you for joining me here on the stream. Keep in mind that we do this sort of thing with some amount of regularity. As in, play really, really janky garbage. Alright, our opponent is going to have a lot of damage here. Alright, they Chrome Mox. They get in for 11. We take 11. Go 7. Go to 5. Gives it indestructible after combat for some reason. Okay. So we draw Mana Flare, which I don't believe changes what we're doing here. So we fetch... This is 2 to flip, right? Yeah, okay. So we fetch an island. We need to Faithless Looting into a land to just have the win. Alright, here we go. Land! No land! That sucks. Can we still survive? Probably not. Dang it. Discard. Discard. So we can block... We can block the creature wielding Sword of War and Peace, but we just died everything else. That makes me angry. Yeah. I don't think there's a way out of this. Sorry, everybody. We had a pretty good chance of actually doing that there. Maybe I should have Faithlessed before I cracked Prismatic. But... Yep. Okay. Didn't matter. Next game. We were very close to the win there. We did some sweet stuff. So while keeping an Ancient Grudge, your opponent is playing at least a Mox... Oh, hang on. Can I return to the game? No, shoot. I should have looked at their graveyard a little more thoroughly. My bad. So we're going to keep an Ancient Grudge. We may want Brazen Borrower. I don't think so, though. I think we just run it back. Yeah, alright. Let's just run it back. Would love to play first. We have all of our colors of mana and a Bloodbraid Elf. I think I'm okay with this. We'll keep. Kind of depends on what we draw, but I think this is an okay hand. Okay, opponent suspends Lotus Bloom, plays an island, and passes. We draw a forest, play an island, pass the turn. Jitte. Oh, that doesn't do too much. We'll play a Verdant, pass the turn. We could Ritual out a Bloodbraid here, but I think we gotta save Ritual for Storm turn. Okay, opponent plays a Signet. We're gonna fetch Trop here. Untap, we draw. High Tide. That helps power up our Storm turn. So play a Forest, and I think we're just gonna run out Bloodbraid. Let's see what we cascade into. We cascade into a Manamorphose. I guess red and blue. We get a Misty. Yeah, we're not gonna use that mana, unfortunately. But it was worth casting to have the extra card in hand. Take our opponent to 17, pass the turn. A Lotus Bloom ticking down. Opponent casts Lotus Bloom. May crack Lotus Bloom for white. Filter into blue-black. And play in a Maria Angel. Following up with a Chrome Mox. Nothing exiled. Just playing Tolarian Academy to power it up. Okay. They suit up a bird with the Jitte. Okay, we untap, we draw. Dragon Lord Atarka. We could High Tide out Atarka and kill our opponent's threats, leaving them with 2 cards in hand. But if they have a single counterspell, we're screwed. High Tide's not our only mana doubler. So I think it's worth doing this turn. So you can play Misty, High Tide, tap for 4, Ritual, and then tap for green Atarka. I think I'm going to do that. Because that leaves our opponent with nothing, basically. I mean, I guess there's no reason we couldn't plan to do both this turn and Brain Freeze them, but I don't know that that's good. Because High Tide gets us 4, 5, takes us to 6, 7. Yeah, we have exactly enough mana to do it. I think it's correct. So first we fetch Volcanic Island. High Tide. Nice! We could have turnabouted ourselves and brain froze him for, like, Storm Count 5, but there's no reason to do that, I don't think. Maybe we just kill him with damage this time. That'd be pretty sweet. Nobody expects the Atarka Storm. Good call, by the way, Raylin, or whoever. I think it was Raylin. It was Raylin or George Amonte that told me to pick Atarka. And damn it. Bad call. Bad call, whoever told me to take Atarka. We were going to get control magic, and you knew it. I'm kidding. That sucks. Let's see. We did not bring in Brazen Borrower like we should have. How do we get out of this one? It's not with an island, that's for sure. When they attack, they're going to get counters on Jitte, and it's going to be enough counters to kill Bloodbraid. We can't attack, that's worse. I think we just take a hit. I'm not going to turn about one creature. Opponent gets in for 8. Sure, we'll take it. Yep, they kill Bloodbraid. They play a Giver. We draw a Wooded Foothills. Fire up Raging Ravine. Get in for 4. This puts us to 1. If they attack with Giver. Okay, they don't. So we're going to fetch Stomping Ground tapped. Untap, we draw. Den Protector. So we are playing a land. And that brings us up to 8. We can animate Raging Ravine, and then we go down to 3, but we need to turnabout this turn to stay alive. So I think if we play Den Protector face down, we turnabout at our opponent, creatures at their upkeep. Because we can Megamorph in response. No, we can't. Never mind, I can't do that. We don't have enough mana. Because of the stupid Jitte is just going to kill. So we'd get no value out of that. We're 1 mana away from making a decent play. Still going to cast it face down, I think. We could actually Megamorph High Tide. Do it that way. But they're doing it on our turn, so it's not relevant. Man, Jitte sure is fun to play against. Alright. Target them. And they have the mana drain. Sad face. Well, we almost got him in game 1. We're very close. So, on to round 3. Alright, we'll play first. I want to keep this hand, but I'm not going to. This hand is much better. We'll keep. We're going to put back Atarka. Start with Raging Ravine, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Seachrome Coast. We draw a mountain. We're going to play a island. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Colonnade. They pass. We draw. Den Protector. So we're going to play Trop and play Den Protector face down. At this point, we wouldn't care if they pathed it. I don't think they would, though. We are playing against some sort of slower blue-white deck. There's a Windswept Heath. Unexpectedly absent. Our opponent's going to put it on top. I think that should have revealed what it was. I don't know if it did or didn't. I'll play a mountain. Play Den Protector face down again. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Windswept Heath. Gets a Hollow Fountain. Tapped. They play an island. We draw a Mystic Confluence. So play Prismatic Vista, and because we drew Mystic Confluence, I'm going to attack. If they have a flash threat here, we should be able to interact. Especially if it's like a Rest Now Angel. Or Venser. So we will fetch up an island. And let's counter and draw twice. Okay, we can empty the Warrens and a 1,000-Year Storm. Both of those are excellent. Okay, 5 mana for our opponent. They're going to bribery us. So they can get a Tarka and kill our Den Protector. Sure. Okay, we draw a Verdant Catacombs, meaning that we can land 1,000-Year Storm this turn. So fetch up a Forest. Play 1,000-Year Storm. We would love to draw like a High Tide next turn. Because then we could bolt High Tide, Frantic Search, empty. Or potentially a Brain Freeze if we found it in 3 Frantic Searches. Okay, opponent gets in for 8. Takes us to 10. No Detention Spheres. 5 mana, Fractured Identity, 1,000-Year Storm. Well, I don't know that we can win. So we can play Brawl. We can bolt, Frantic Search, and then empty. They had Force of Will in addition. Brutal. Yeah, that's game. We have 0 answers to Atarka. Wow. And that force would have been irrelevant had... I guess they would have forced Thousand Year Storm if they didn't have Fractured Identity, but that makes me sad. Okay, Brazen Borrower I'm going to bring in. I don't know whether or not we need Ancient Grudge. I think I'm going to take Ancient Grudge out. We didn't see anything that indicated artifacts of any kind. Yeah, try like this. Yeah, I don't think I can not keep this hand, so we're going to keep. Start by playing an island, pass the turn. Opponent plays an island, plays a Mana Vault. Should have kept in that Ancient Grudge, knew I was going to regret that. Play Brawl. Pass the turn. Daze Brawl. Alright. Okay, they still have a Mana Vault. They play Seachrome Coast. We draw Dragon Lord Atarka. We will not be briberied again. Pass the turn. When it plays a Plains, we draw. Turnabout. Okay, we need other colors of mana, not just islands. We're not totally, like, Legacy tied. Opponent plays an island. We untap, we draw High Tide. That's nice. Still need some red mana. Opponent is going to Vendilion click us. That's bad. Because we kind of need that High Tide. We kind of need lots of these cards, actually. They get rid of High Tide. Sure. We do get a Mountain out of the deal, though. Okay. Opponent plays an island. Gets in for 3. I have a feeling they're just going to hold up counter spells for the rest of the game, which is going to be quite saddening. Oh gosh, here it is. Something big. Consecrated Sphinx. Maybe we can get them to deck themselves with that. That'd be funny. So we'll play a Mountain. We'll play an Electromancer. We do need a mana doubler before we can actually go off, though. Man, Mana Vault is such a busted card. I can't believe they looked at Soul Ring, thought Soul Ring was like, yeah, that's fine. Let's make one with downside. Let's make a slightly better one with a downside. We'll take 7. They put it on top. Oh god. I think that's just gonna kill us. Do they play like anything here? They repeal Mana Vault to their hand and replay it. Nice. We draw Goblin Electromancer. Our opponent draws 2 cards. So we play an island, replay Electromancer. We could Frantic Search to go +1 mana. We can Turnabout to +2 mana. So we could Turnabout, Frantic Search, Thousand Year Storm, but then we're out of mana, I think. Hang on. So we can Turnabout, go up to 5. Frantic Search, go to... So we're at 5, we pay 2, we go down to 3, we go up by 3, and then we could play Thousand Year Storm. If we could do all of that and play Manamorphose, that would absolutely be the play. But I don't think that's the play. I think we actually have to wait. Which, that might have been our only opportunity. Okay, our opponent plays a land. Venser. Gonna bounce the Electromancer. Sure. 4 mana up. And then for 7, take us to 3. Okay, we draw Mystic Confluence. We could technically bounce 3 of those things back to their hand, but... Yeah, there's... Let's wait and see if they tap out on our end step for anything. Probably not, because we didn't replay Electromancer. Wow. Gear Hulk for days. Alright. Well, that was kind of saddening. But I hope you all enjoyed the Vintage Cube. I know I really enjoyed playing it, and that was a lot of fun.